After losing it all in McGregor, Iowa, I decided to move all the way to Teton, Iowa to find out if I can revive my old family farm. Can we make money? Will we lose again? Find out in today's video. Gonna put that on. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another one. I've been busting my butt all morning trying to get everything ready. We'll take my cup of mud and we gotta go. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, so we're gonna try to get knocked out as fast as possible. We are on the day after harvest now. Prices of grain are through the roof. Everything's ready to sell, but we got problems. So the first thing I kind of want to take a look at today is, of course, the grain bins. We have 66,000 liters of just beans. That's all we get. It's just 66,000 liters of beans. On top of the 66,000 liters, we have 191 liters of corn. That is a lot of corn and that's a lot of beans, but I feel like we can do better. The cattle are taken care of. We're going to take care of them, but we're not going to be making their feed. So here's what's going on with the cattle. Instead of us making the silage ourselves and making all the products, they only need 3,800 liters a day, 59,000 aka 60,000 liters a year, which means it's just not worth me making it. I would rather just pay for somebody else. I spent the money on that already. That was 20 grand already. We had 200 grand. We spent some of it on this, so that means these are going to be locked up for the entire year. So that means we gotta have a backup plan. I've been on Facebook Marketplace the last few days and I came up with one of my neighbors. He is actually leasing some land, so that's more land that we can attain, hopefully. He is also selling his semi-truck and trailer, which is only 50 grand in total. They're not that new, and really and truly it's very important for us to go and get it. I might end up selling this here pretty soon because we just don't need it anymore. So I'm gonna have my wife take me over there to the semi-truck because I'm buying it. There's no stopping me. It's a semi-truck. It'll help upgrade the farm, and I'm gonna have my wife take me over there and I'll see y'all over there at the farm. And here we are. This is the place and this is the semi-truck. We have ourselves here a empty super hopper. It's an older hopper, of course. It's not that new. Of course, the truck is also not new at all. It's a Peterbilt, but what I've heard about it, it's a really good built truck. So we're gonna crank it up real fast so y'all hear how she sounds. Fires up, turn the key. I think it's definitely everything we would need in a truck. She's older, she's like what we need for a farm, and she holds a lot of grain, which right now that's my main important thing that I need is a hauling grain son of a gun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that warm up. While that warms up, I'm gonna go negotiate with him and see if we can get the truck and trailer, and also talk to him about what fields he's wanting us to take a look at, because he has some fields that he's wanting to lease out. And $50,000 later, we now own the semi-truck. And he gave me a list of the maps of like where he wants us to take a look at the fields. The way everything works for us is everything's blocked off into quadrants. He has a couple of fields he wants me to take a look at. Of course, you can see we cannot afford these, but this is the first one he wants us to take a look at. It's 44 here, so we're gonna go take a look at that. Then he wants me to take a look at this one, and then these two separate ones over here he kind of wants me to take a look at. I doubt there's anything serious there for me, but I'll still go take a look at fields because he does own all these fields over here, and I cannot lie, that's a good thing. Alrighty, so this is the fields right here. These are the two small fields that has a little gate going to them. That means these are blocked off with a fence. These are really good looking fields in my opinion. I mean, they're already cultivated, so they'd be good for going into this year. We would have to know more information about the field data, but of course that's something we can't get until we put it all down the road. Alright, and this is the second field he wanted me to take a look at. We'll go ahead and open up this gate. Now he said he's yet to get some of his corn off the field. It even looks like he has a late maturity here. He thinks that these are just gonna die off anyway, but these right here are separate fields. So you got that field, and then you go into this bigger field right here. That's a lot of acreage for us to cover. I do think if we were to do something like that field, and that field, we could be talking about a lot of acreage for cheaper, but not only cheaper, for a little bit less of work. I mean, that's my main thing is I always want to worry about is I want to worry about how much work we're doing at any given time. Hey, look at that, a plane took off. That's pretty cool actually. That's pretty cool to see. You don't get to see that every day. I'm gonna throw my four ways on just so people know that I'm parked for a little bit, and we're gonna go take a look at this field. So okay, it looks like we would use this hog barn's place for ourselves. I wonder if there are any hogs in it. No, empty hog barn. I guess it's for sale, but I guess these would be the properties we would need. So this is definitely a little small field, and this is a decent sized field, and they're not too far from home, but they're not far away from So in my opinion, it also gives us more of a reason to come out this way, to pack up all the harvesters and come out here as if we have more fields out towards this direction. Something about that sounds better. Just 1 to 3 little fields we have back there. I'm gonna turn the 4-ways off. I think I've done enough blabbering my mouth off, and I think it's time we actually get to work, ladies and gentlemen. There ain't no way to make money unless you're actually working. Gonna turn into here, and I'm gonna turn around right here, which I will say this is the good part about owning a semi truck now, is now we can look into owning a couple of different trailers. So hopefully we can look and get some of that stuff done. Okay, so we're only selling the corn today because it is not time for beans. The beans can go up about double what they are right now, so I'm not going to sell at a low market rate when I can get a lot better of a price. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I will be switching this trailer out, ladies and gentlemen, because this is one that holds a ridiculous rate. It holds 2,000 liters of corn. I did not know that buying this, so we will be switching this trailer out for eventually, but we are going to take the first load with it. We've already loaded up this back half. I'm not about to unload it and then reload it to something else. We will switch it out for the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, just so y'all do know. But while that is going, we can actually go ahead and start detaching this tractor up here, because it is time for him to attach to a cultivation piece of equipment. Can't just sit here all year. We gotta go ahead and get some winter cultivation out of the way so we don't have to do it during the summer, of course, when it's planting time. Now we will be doing some side dressing and stuff like that this year. pH is definitely something I want to take a big look into. I don't know how much I'm going to take into it, but we're going to go ahead and get the boy to work. Alright, so I got him to work, and of course we are full and ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to take this on down the road because there's only one place to sell, and that's the GSI grain leg. Got to pull on in here, make everything nice and pretty. That's a lot of money, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and sell the beans. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to put it into land development. We're of course gonna go ahead and pay off our loan, which isn't that big of a deal. I will go in and adjust prices for next year because that's a lot of money we made off harvest, but we are going to make it a little bit easier on ourselves and use it for good and upgrades on the farm, ladies and gentlemen. It helps us grow a little bit at the end of the day. So that means going forward, we need to think about what upgrades we want to use this money for. Definitely, I do think we will end up just go ahead and purchasing those plots of land that we were going to lease. Is just to go ahead and buy it directly outright instead of wasting our money and leasing it. It'd be easier for us just to buy it outright. So when we unload the beans, I'm hoping that will end up about what we have right now. So that should leave us with about $2 million ish. And I'm selling it now because we'll take a loss on it still, but it won't be much of a loss. All right, and there we go. We're just going to go ahead and load all that up into there, which will empty out our bins for the year, which will mean upgrades for the farm. First thing we did, 300K loan paid off. We no longer have any type of loan outstanding against us. While everything loads up, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what kind of upgrades I'd like to do to the farm. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna look at my dealership page. So of course you got your dealership here. Anything you would want pretty much is in here. $2 million to revamp the entire operation isn't a whole lot. Yes, it's gonna considerably help us out as a farm, but there's still going to be some things we have to sacrifice. Take something simple like this as a harvester upgrade. Of course, we would sell our older harvesters and kind of this would be like our future, but also we can look into something a little bit else. What kind of stuff can we get on it? Yeah, it's just not what we want. I think something like this would be perfect. Put in an order for one of those. I mean, this would definitely change the operation and the way we do stuff here. Buy one of those and buy me an Alice Chalmers right here for cultivation purposes. That'd be perfect. I don't know. This is definitely going to have to be something that I will have to sit down and discuss and think about. Let's look at land also. 27,000, 75,000. You know what? Give me a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen, to get everything thought about. We'll go sell that grain, but I think I'm gonna call my land person and see if I can get everything bought. Alrighty, so we bought 2 out of the 3. The reason we have yet to buy the 4th one is just because it's not harvested yet, and the guy said he'll sell it after harvest is over. So we're still getting it. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get it because harvest ain't over yet. Which also means, since we got more property, we need to look at planters. We have this right here. We can consider getting a second one, but I just don't think this is right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a replacement. Give me 1 second. This is what I'm looking at for a planter this year. 2018 older planter is definitely a good little fit. I think a combination of those two, we get rid of this old one. And then I've also came up to the decision, I'm only getting rid of one harvester. This is where people are going to dislike me. Everyone would say New Holland. It's the oldest, it's the ring wrinkliest, you've had problems, you've had to fix it, but that's it. I fixed it. Case IH, she's older, she's been ran through. This would be going into my third harvest, and on top of that, she's had many other ones. The 2008 combine, yes, this is an older generation combine, like I think 1980s. The header on this one is also larger, it's more complex than the other one. Even Draper header wise, like it's obvious which one to choose, so I think we just get rid of the Case IH, we package her up and we sell her, and I don't think she come away with that big of a problem. So we're gonna go ahead and take this on right here. Depending on how much money we get for this right here, we may take money and go invest in upgrades into the actual infrastructure of the farm, because yes, some of the upgrades we're about to do is going to be really nice, but we need upgrades to the actual farm itself. Like I wouldn't mind swapping the bins out, kind of removing some cultivation land, which I think some of the smaller fields over here will help take up a lot of that brunt force of losing, but it would help with just being able to make our very own setup and customizing it a little bit more to our liking and putting a shed in. I don't know, that's just things I'd want to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch some money explode up. So we're at 1.5 now. Can we hit 7? I think we'll hit about the 7. Come on, 7. Come on, 7. Will we hit 8? 8. It'll be under 9. Oh, just barely under 9. That's $500,000 right there in harvest income we just made. Whenever a harvester has a really good year, in which this is a really good year to us because of the map messing up, partly on my end, I'm gonna go buy me something. I'll see y'all once we get back to the farm, and I'll show you what I'm about to buy. I'm looking at all of our pH levels. We have pretty bad pH except in this area. So what I wouldn't mind doing is knocking it out and completely doing new pH. I mean, that's just the way I would like to do. Get some of that over there finished out, and we'll kind of get everything going from there. I think we have done a lot today. It's been a very much a buying day. So we'll take my Uncle Grant's old tractor here, back her on out, and hook her to the John Deere, and we'll just go do some cultivation for a little bit. So since we got so much money, ladies and gentlemen, this is me being serious with y'all. I try not to cheat, and I do feel like what happened today was kind of cheating. I want you guys to decide in the comment section down below, do we make $750,000 of that into a loan that we have to pay off after I fix the map, or what do y'all guys think in the comment section down below? But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we love you. For me and the entire team here, we appreciate everything y'all do for us. We'll see you next time. Peace.